Patience. I'm glad that I can introduce myself to you. My name is Mercedesz Trum. I know some of you, but some of you are new to me, and I'm new to you as well. I was thinking a lot at home, what should I tell you about CASON's background, history, and so on. But then I decided to start a bit differently. Do you know Seth Godin? He's an American writer. He's one of my favorites, and he wrote a book first saying all marketeers are liars, and then he updated it, which said that all marketeers tell stories. And this cover actually motivated me to instead of telling you all kinds of dry information, to tell you a story, okay? And why is that? Because you guys are salespeople, I'm marketeers, so we are kind of on the same platform, on the same track. And I believe that customers also believe in stories, just like you guys. And I thought I would like this concept, and now I would like you to listen to our story carefully. So once upon a time, there was a planet called CASON planet. Actually, for those of you who have not visited our office, this picture will not say anything, but what you see in this picture is our office. Actually, do you know the story? Let's just stop back a bit from my original story. Do you know the story of the Little Prince? You do? Okay. For those who don't know the story, I would like to highlight just one chapter from this Little Prince, and I ask you to listen to this carefully, because this will be the concept of my storytelling. But before we listen to that part I want to show you, I just want to show the others who don't know the story of the Little Prince, who are the Little Prince's planet's inhabitants. There's the Little Prince, the fox, and the rose, who we are going to focus today. And please now listen carefully, because I will show you.
It was then that the fox appeared.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who are you? You're very pretty.
I'm a fox.
Come and play with me. I'm feeling so sad.
I can't play with you. I'm not tamed.
Excuse me? What does tamed mean?
You're not from around here. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for people. What does tamed mean?
People have guns and they hunt. It's quite troublesome. And they raise chickens. That's the only interesting thing about them. Are you looking for chickens?
No, I'm looking for friends. What does tamed mean?
It's something that's been too often neglected. It means to create ties.
To create ties?
That's right. For me, you're only a little boy, just like 100,000 other little boys. And I have no need of you. And you have no need of me either. For you, I'm only a fox, like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, we'll need each other. You'll be the only boy in the world for me. I'll be the only fox in the world for you.
I'm beginning to understand. There's a flower. I think she's tamed me.
Possibly. On Earth one sees all kinds of things.
Oh, this isn't on Earth.
On another planet?
Yes.
Well, are there hunters on that planet?
No.
Now that's interesting. And chickens?
No.
Oh, nothing's perfect. My life is monotonous. I hunt chickens, people hunt me. All chickens are just alike, and all men are just alike. But if you tame me, my life will be filled with sunshine. I'll know the sound of footsteps that will be different from all the rest. Other footsteps send me back underground. Yours will call me out of my burrow like music. Please, tame me.
I'd like to, but I haven't much time. I have friends to find, and so many things to learn.
The only things you learn are the things you tame.
Well, what do I have to do?
You have to be very patient. First, you'll sit down a little ways from me over there in the grass. But day by day, you'll be able to sit a little closer.
That was how the little prince tamed the fox.
All right. So thank you for listening to this short story, The Little Prince and the Fox. Do you know what the word... Sorry. I copied you the whole chapter, so at home you will be able to reread it for yourself. Do you know what the word means, tame? Tame means to accommodate, to become friends, to domesticate. And the message of the story, what I just showed you, is that you become responsible forever for what you have tamed. Why am I saying this whole thing? Because I was thinking that on our planet, if we are the little prince, and maybe you're the fox, or the other way around, we tame each other, okay? How do we tame each other? What does it need to be invested for taming? There are two very, very valuable things. One is time, your time, our time, and patience, okay? So these are two very expensive things, and that's what we have to give to each other to get closer, okay? The other message is it is time you have lost for your rose that makes your rose so important. So please try to be patient and dedicate time to CASON's products, services, and all kinds of stuff we have to learn from each other and about each other, because then it will be valuable. Where can we spend time together, actually? That could be your question on the CASON planet, because you are living far away and the small CASON planet is far away from you. We are far away from each other. And actually you have seen one of the places where we can spend time together in Sili's presentation, because we established a base camp, okay? There is a CASON planet base camp. Base camp means actually when you are hikers or into sports hiking, there is always a base in the bottom of the mountain. For example, here this is the Everest. Let's say it's on the CASON's planet. And this is a base camp where we spend time together. That's where we plan our projects. That's where we communicate. That's where we do the timing and so on. How do you reach this area? You will get this login thing, and when you get your access from us, you can log in through this website. Okay, so that's where we can spend time together. What do you find actually in Basecamp? If you go and log in to Basecamp, you will find this page, which contains a dashboard. And the dashboard contains all the very important things you need to cover, okay? All your projects will be seen on the left upper hand side of the page. Your projects in a calendar will be there. It can be sorted by days, and also you will see the upcoming milestones all the time. So wherever you have an important project, either we will establish a Basecamp project site for that, or you will do that, okay? The other part of the Basecamp site is the to-do place. I have established a dummy, like sales meeting, okay, we have to present the sales collaterals presentation to you, and so on. There are the milestones. There is a folder for it separately, so you will be able to see all the milestones we have together. And there are two other things what are important, the timing. If you have a project which is based on timing, I mean, it's paid by timing, then you will always have to log in when you start to work on a project, and then it will count the hours, the minutes you have spent with that particular CASON project, okay?
What was the web address again?
I will just show it to you.
Thank you.
It's casonplc.basecamphq, like for headquarters.com, okay? This is actually a project management site, and we have established for you, for the first time, a sandbox, okay? So you can play around in this sandbox. It's, that's the address, but you will get this presentation in the end. So you can try anything and you will not mess up anything, okay? So it's kind of playing around, trying out things, and get comfortable with this whole project site. Okay, where else can we spend time together? There is a very important part for you guys, which I think some of you already know, but some of you maybe not know. This is the partner portal. If you enter or access our website, you access it through company info. You go into partner portal, and then you will find this page, okay? But before entering this, you have to log in. If you do not have a login, you have to request a login address, okay? And you will get it automatically. When you land on this partner portal, you will have to understand the logic of it, because some of you have complained that you don't really find the stuff and so on. When I was establishing with my colleagues this partner portal, we were thinking that salespeople will be using it mainly. So we thought that let's follow the logic of a sales process, okay? What do you do first? You go, introduce yourself to a customer, you explain the stuff. Whatever which is contained in that part of the sales process, you will find under the first folder. Second, when the business process goes on, you have to convince, or you have to show the excellence of your products and solutions. Then you will find stuff in the second folder. And third, you will find the follow-up stuff like certificates and so on. Please take your time and discover this library. It's not that fancy as this picture looks. It's quite minimalist, but it's because we thought that maybe you will find then the stuff easier. If we go to, let's assume you need a brochure or a leaflet for some of your meetings. Where do you find them? You enter the partner portal, you go for the introduce and explain part, because this is the first time you want to talk to your people, your customers. And then within that part, you will see the fourth folder. It will be products and brochure catalogs, okay? You open that and you will see two things, actually now three because we messed up something, but there will be two things, the ready-to-use brochures and the editable brochures. The ready-to-use is for your own use or for sending it out via email or for your website, okay? The editable ones are for printing purposes. So if you send that to a printing house, they can print it right away, okay? Or if you want to, let's say that you want to update it. I'm not saying you redesign the brochure because we don't really like that, but let's assume that you would like to put your own address to the other side of the leaflet. Then you may do this and update it for yourself, okay? Or there are some cases, for example, Poland, I know, that a lot of people don't speak English, so they don't use English brochures, therefore it can be translated from this file, okay? What else do you find here? sales marketing collaterals. Maybe you have seen some of our stuff at the exhibition area. Let me just tell you some new stories about our marketing collaterals. We have figured out that we would need a new approach. And this new approach is about a new concept. We have found that some of our customers are okay with our brochures, but a lot of them like stories, as I have told you. Stories, real life things, filled pictures, and so on. So we thought that maybe it would be nice that if we use more and more filled photographs, which are real life projects, okay, real life sold things to customers. So therefore, we found out that we will use this Polaroid concept. You know, in the old times, we used Polaroid cameras when the camera took the photo and it gave it out right away. And a lot of people had their handwritings on that, saying that, okay, it was in 2009, whatever, you know. So what you see now, our new marketing collateral, is that we use these filled photos more and more and the Polaroid concept. What else? The new stuff is the card concept. You have seen it, I think, in Attila's presentation previously and in Silly's presentation, that the software guys found out that it's nicer than just giving numbers and so on if you just show the people the picture of the actual product or the solution. So in the software, on the interface, what you will see is this lamp, for example, in a card. And everything appears in a card, and this card concept is saying hello to you again on our brochures. So if you give it to a customer, and the customer will see the brochure first and then enter the software, they will be seeing familiar stuff. We have also other new wave things. For example, we have found out that it's nice if you go to an exhibition and you would like to sell more products. It's quite hard for the customer to see many product lines together. And after a while, maybe it's easier to hold their hand and say, okay, everything which is concerned with gas, it will be yellow, or which is concerned with aura, it will be red. So the customers will be able to visualize it and see it easier and understand it easier. These are the new brochures we have, and there's a new stuff, product catalog in gas, what we would like to do for all of our business lines. So this is just the start, and we hope we will have things covered for all the business lines. What else do you find there? User manuals, certificates, case studies, and white papers. And what is missing is the opinion of partners. And now I would like to make this presentation a bit interactive. What I would like to ask you is to write down some words about your opinion. Why did you become partners? What do you find interesting in CASON, or whatever your opinion is? Because we would like to use these as show elements on our website as well. And please write down your name and the company name, because if we will use it as a quotation, I would like to ask your acceptance that we can put your opinion on our website as well in the future. And it would also go into the convincing part of others. So on the basis of your opinion, we would like to convince others why CASON is interesting. Actually, you can do this after the presentation, so you don't have to do it now. Sorry, I'm a teacher actually, originally, and kind of it came like an exam, but it's not an exam, sorry. The new stuff, what we have today is podcasts. Do you know what a podcast is? Podcast or vodcast? Both. What we found out in this very fast century, that people read less and less, okay? Their time is very valuable, so what they do is either listen to things or watch things, and can read less because their time is very short, okay? So what we found out, oh, sorry, why doesn't it start? Is that in this mode I cannot really show you the podcast, but maybe afterwards I will show it to you because it's on YouTube. So podcast is a video or a voice stuff that you can listen, and you do not have to read the presentation, or you do not have to read through the leaflet. It's something which is makes it easier to digest for you and for the customer as well. So this would be a presentation, I would show it to you, for gas network monitoring. It's a PPT actually, but it's voiced over. So there's a guy who is saying what you see, okay? So it's like a real life presentation, and it's easier for you to train yourself and to train your customers. All right, where else can we meet? It's really important that nowadays social things are getting more and more important, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. LinkedIn, yes. I've just copied these two, but please, if you have a Facebook site, or if you're on Twitter, I know Mr. Bashar is already our friend on Facebook, thank you. Please join us, because this is also part of our community, of our CASON planet. You will find new info. Now we have a background of what we share on the internet, I mean on the website, what we share on Facebook, and what we share on Twitter. The fast things goes on Twitter. The Facebook is kind of the boulevard stuff, you know, like in a Hello or K magazine, compared to business stuff. So it's not okay, it's not boulevard, but the colorful stuff goes to the Facebook, and the very serious things goes to the website, okay? So that's how we work. We have also microsites. It's very easy for the customers to show, and it's easily digestible. It's usually not flashy. It's just one page, static, but the info goes really fast, okay? So they can understand it fast. And at the sales partner meetings. And actually this is a picture from 2010. This is almost my last site. Thank you for coming. And before you go, last but not least, you will get a valuable USB, which will contain all our editable and non-editable stuff, the new versions as well, all the presentations, and you will get this tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.